Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Bitcoin report for Tuesday, August 9. Today we're going to look at Bitcoin in a more positive light. So we're going to look at the bullish side of it and count that. So I know a lot of folks have got this move back down here as a wave 4. But, I find that a bit difficult at times because, it's pulled back 78.6% rather than 38.2%, The 78.6, of course, is the square root of 61.8%. And it hasn't quite pulled back to that, but reasonably sort of close into that 61.8% retracement. So with Bitcoin, it's kind of new. It's the new kid on the block. It's like a penny stock, and penny stocks have this type of behavior where we have a series of ones and twos and ones and twos, and you can go back to the other 13 corrections as well, and bear markets, if you will, and we could look at all of those in terms of ones and twos as well. It's a bit like going back to the beginnings of Amazon and Apple and those sorts of things. So anyway, it's good to have different ideas, isn't it? Chuck them all in the wash and appreciate everybody's ideas as well. So yeah, look, is this an A and a B and a C wave here? Is that the low? I really don't know. Okay, so all we can do is just continue to count to the upside until we can see more information. We can see more volume coming in. We know that that BlackRock is using third-party Coinbase to give access to their client base, so we can expect some more volume to move into the market, which sort of opens the gates for other brokeraging houses to follow suit as well. And of course, if they're buying the ETFs from Coinbase or whatever, then then they'll buy Bitcoin, to support those positions, of course. So yeah, that's kind of interesting and great news as well. So we should see, either way, we should see this market lift up from here. So the next hurdle, of course, is the 25,000. We can see that we kind of sat here reasonably squarely at that point. So it's got resistance here, of course, as well. So once we find the 25,000 as a tested support, and we'll be looking for our normal basic pattern like this. So we'll have our arrival reaction, first high above the level, ABC. It basically migrates from being resistance to support over here. Once that's accomplished, we can move up to 30,000. Between 25 and 30,000, we've got minor group 2, which is 26,500, 28,000 in a nutshell. Let's just go to the daily chart. And in terms of counting this to the upside, we could look at it in different ways as well. I was kind of thinking, if we've got intermediate wave 2 here, we'll be going up for minor wave 1 and minor wave 2 at that point. So we need to build a case in for that, because what we can say is that when we're looking for well, probably I'll have to even extend it further to the upside, actually, now that I think about it. But it doesn't really matter at this point in time anyway, but this will be much higher, up closer to the 100,000, even further than that, actually. I'll have to open it up further. But anyway, we'll get there with that. It doesn't really matter at this point. We still need to gather a lot of evidence. But one of the good things is that last time we spoke, we were looking at this low, this pullback in here, this low here, looking for it to push up. And if that was the case, well, then we could look at this as 1 and 2 here and 1 and 2 in here. and then also we're also looking at this as 1 and 2 as well here. So it's pretty hard to have this market finishing anywhere in the short term here, because we would need, even if this was an A wave and a B wave here, for example, we would still need a 5-wave sequence up here to finish it, which is 1 and 2 here, and then obviously we can't call that the 3rd wave here, so we'll have to look at that as 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 up here. So we'll be coming up further in all of this as well. Just the main point here though is that the 25 is going to be the point that we need to navigate across here. Now we can see that it's had resistance here as well, but we can still see we're getting these these higher lows here for this. So it wants to push up in this space. So I've just moved to 100 ticks, and this is the low here. So we can start counting up as ones and twos. So 1 here, ABC for 2 here, up for 1 here, an A and a B and a C for wave 2 here, and then also wave 1 at this point and wave 2 over here. Now the interesting thing here is that if that is correct, we'll kind of know that it's correct. And the interesting point here is we've got wave 2 here, so we're in the 3rd wave, and then also wave 2 here of 1 smaller degree, and a wave 2 here. So we're in the 3rd of the 3rd of the 3rd. So we should see it really push up quite strongly from this point. And we're starting to see that. If we look at this as 1 and 2 here, we can also look at this as wave 1 here, an A and a B and a C. Same count, just different labeling since the last time we spoke. And last time we spoke, we're also looking for a break of this trend channel here. So I can remove that. And we're looking at any long trades needed to be here, because this will be the 3rd of the 3rd of the 3rd at this point. And I think we already had this in here as well, different labeling, but yeah, so let's see how we go. It started to move off quite nicely. It hasn't taken out the top here, so it's still subject to move lower, in that this move down through here I've counted as an A wave and a B wave and a C wave. It could also be counted as wave 1 to here, 2 to here, 3 to here, 4 to here, and 5 to here, with an A and a B and a C wave up here. I don't think it's the case, but if you see a sharp drop down here, then you'll know that what's going on at that point, and that would eliminate the whole series of 1s and 2s here. So today we're just looking at the bullish side of the market rather than the bearish side, or the corrective bearish rally that we've also been looking at as well. So today is really just about the bullish side of it. And yeah, so from this wave 2 here, we've got this wave 2, this wave 2, and this wave 2. So let's see if we continue to see a strong move here or not. So that's going to be interesting. The other point that I mentioned as well, we'll need to be looking at some sort of classic trading levels pattern at the 25,000 here. So we can look at this as the arrival, this is the reaction, and we need the first high above the level. So this is what we're looking for up here for this, and then we can look for a wave 2 to pull back on at this point. So from this low here, we'll be looking at 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for 1, and then back for 2. So really we just want to get that support with that first high above the level, and then an A and a B and a C wave. Now if we are indeed in the 3rd of the 3rd of the 3rd, then this wave 2 pullback here might be, this size of this might be quite minimal, so don't expect it to be as big as I'm drawing it, okay? So just be a bit careful about that. But what you want to look for in all of this is this second high here, this B wave high. That will be the trigger to go long at that point. And if that is triggered, then we can be looking at the 30,000. As I mentioned, the main numbers between 25 and 30 is minor group 2. So let's just put those in. So when we're talking about 5 here, after 5 comes 8, so this will be 8 here. When we talk about 8, we talk about group 2, so 26,500. I know it's a bit of an odd number, but you'll see that play out, and then 27,200 in here. Close enough for the time being, but there we go. And that's group 2 at this point, minor group 2. So this is 25 is a medium level. This is all group 2 here, and then a major level at that point. So that's how that will play out at that point. So if you're thinking about going long or looking to add to positions, but you can do it any way you want really, but all I'm saying here is that well, look, once this high here is breached, right, once this high is breached here, then the market really is forced to go up higher at that point, because it just won't finish at this point here. The only way I could see this sort of finishing here is looking at this as an A wave, a B wave here, then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here, and having this really sort of, you know, finishing in like this here into that sort of pattern here, and then dropping at that point. That's kind of the only corrective pattern that I could see, but I wouldn't be very happy with that. Not the fact that it happens, but just the way that the pattern looks at that point. It's possible, so that's why this one here becomes the safe trade at that point. Okay. But certainly nice to look at a bullish count for Bitcoin. You know, I hold Bitcoin myself, and always nice to see it move up. Just have a quick look at Ethereum as well. It's not on that one, of course, obviously. So I'll just check here for a moment. Okay, with Ethereum, we were looking, it's doing the same thing as well. Oh, the good news here is that Ethereum has taken out the top here where Bitcoin hasn't. So we can be pretty much assured of a further move to the upside at this point. Okay, so we've been looking at this in a positive light as 1 and 2 at this particular pattern across the 1650, which is also a medium level. So we can look at this. I'm going to put this here at this point. Whoops daisy. Have I changed this? Have I? Oh no, there we go. Just bear with me a second. An ABC for 2 here, we'll call that up. I mean, it could be an A and a B and a C, but normally wave 2 is a 3-wave structure of 5, 3, and 5. So I'll go with that. And well, actually that needs to go to there, that can go to there, this will go over to here, this will go to here. Don't need these guys, don't need that. Let's keep it simple. So 1 and 2 in here, and we don't need these can play out over here. So 1 and 2 over here for that. We can look at this here as wave 1 here and wave 2 in here. Wave 3. Wave 4 could pull back 38.2% of wave 3, and then we'll look for wave 5 up there of 3. Do we have wave 3 there? No. So we'll get it from over here. So basically we expect, oh, that's changed as well, so we need to lift that up. That's about right. And then a wave 4 back here for that, and then we can look for wave 5 to the upside here. So still climbing in that regard, and we can take that wave 3 there, put that there. So yeah, for the actual traders rather than the hodlers, we can see that Ethereum is the stronger market at this point in time. So the leading markets have more range than the following markets, the followers. So Ethereum will have more range to the upside. So there we go. Everything's looking pretty good. 8 here is always called 8 a profit taking number. It's the third strongest number. We can look at this here pulling back 38.2, so it shouldn't come any lower. We've got it's pulled back to, this is the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree here, and the 38.2%, so it's kind of done its thing really here at that point. So we can look at that. I'm not sure if we need to put that there or over here for that, so I'll just leave it in the middle. I need to check on that, but we certainly don't want to see the market coming down and overlapping the top of wave 1 here for this. Okay, otherwise we've got something else going on, but I don't want to call that 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 at this point. It just doesn't sort of count. I mean, it's possible, but it counts better with 1s and 2s, and we would expect it to be 1s and 2s after coming from a series of 1s and 2s in Ethereum here for this. So okay, well there we go. We're waiting for this to become support and looking for a move in, and that's it. And the next main level here is the 8. And when we talk about 8, we talk about group 2, but I'll have to go down to another level because this 18 here is part of this 1650 and the 720 here. There'll be a little subgroup 2 in here, but we won't go into that. So that's it. So in a bit of a nutshell, we're looking at the crypto being positive, and positive in a strong way. So if that is going to be the case, and I don't know that yet, then we do need to see the markets move up strongly, and we are seeing that at the moment. They're moving up quite nicely, one would say, but would need to see that continue, and if that does continue, well then what we talked about today is valid, and we can stay on that course for that. Okay, so let's just see if that continues. Alrighty, cheers.